Okay guys, we've made it to the top four. Four duelists remain. Three are Snake Eyes players. One is a Yugioh player that we just saw win round 8. Let's see if he can keep it going and take the unexpected deck to the top of the NAWCQ. We have Marshall on Yugioh Fiendsmith and Aditya on Snake Eyes Fiendsmith. We've seen both of these players in feature matches before. Marshall was just in the top 8, and then I think he was also in one earlier in day 1, and then Aditya we saw in the top 32, or no, top 16, defeat Kamal Crooks in time, a little controversially. But we have these two fantastic duelists trying to take home the title of national champion for North America. So let's see if they can pull it off. Let's see if we have Yugioh or Fiendsmith Snake Eye advancing to the finals. Okay, so moving on here, starting off we have Marshall going first on Yugioh, going normal summon Lotus, special summon Grave Squirmer, and starting off with the Fiendsmith plays. He's essentially trying to bait whatever hand traps Aditya might have, and if Aditya doesn't have any, he's gonna set up some interruptions. But basically, either way, we have Gruesome Grave banished to summon out the Samsara Lotus for later. So we're gonna go into the Requiem here, summon out the Engraver, equip the Requiem, go into the Necroquip Princess, and then shuffle back to try to summon out the Fiendsmith Engraver, which is going to be met with a Bestial Druid Swarm, really showing the power of the Bestials in this particular format. Just hitting that Engraver is clutch, especially in plays where we're going for the Necroquip. We also have Gruesome Grave to summon back out the Samsara Lotus, which is going to get hit with a Nibiru. That was 5 summons, and we have no other ways to summon out the Samsara Lotus. Marshall has to pass turn on 3 cards in hand. Aditya is going to go ahead and go first with the Nibiru on his board already, starting off with a Wanted, pitching the Azaroon to summon out the Diabellestar, which is going to get met with a Ghost Mortar, and then Aditya follows up with the Fiendsmith Engraver. Now note that Marshall does not have a token on his field because the Nibiru sent a Druid Swarm. The Druid Swarm cleared the token, so that's why there's no token over on the left side. But anyways, Aditya has the Engraver for the Tractus. It's going to get met with an Ash Blossom. And now we have to see how far Aditya can get with just the Nibiru and the Black Witch. Do you just swing for 5,500 damage right now, or do we try to extend into stuff like Moon of the Closed Heaven? It looks like that's what he wants to do, so we're going to go Moon of the Closed Heaven. Marshall has only 1 card left in hand, and honestly, probably only Nibiru will save him here, because it's going to be pretty tough to stop Aditya from all of the extension he has left over in the graveyard. We go for the Requiem, go for the Engraver here. And I want to see what Aditya can actually do. Like, why didn't he attack with the Nibiru and the Black Witch? Can you get into more damage at this point? I'm not sure. But yeah, he's going to go for the Beatrice play, detach from Beatrice, and send, let's see, a copy of Original. Okay, so now Original is going to be able to banish itself, put back the Black Witch, and search out probably a Snake Eyes Ash. And yep, there we go. Marshall concedes the game. A quick game 1 going over to Aditya in 5 minutes, winning, going second because of the clutch Druid Swarm plus Nibiru. Okay, let's move on to game 2. Let's see if Marshall can turn it around, even though, or while he's going first. He was able to go first game 1, but it wasn't enough into Aditya's hand trap. So let's see if the Yugioh deck can pull it off. Game 2 here, Marshall is going to start off. Oh no, we have Mulch Army on Aditya's side to start off, so that's going to draw him probably at least a few cards. And now we have a Terraforming, going to go for the Nightmare Throne. Okay, Nightmare Throne activates, and let's see if we go for the Destruction. Yep, we're going for the Destruction of the Spirit of Yugioh to try to summon out the regular Yugioh from the deck, or from the hand. Unfortunate for Marshall, but we're going to go ahead and fuse those off for a copy of Phantom of Yugioh. And now we're going to set one in pass, so we're trying not to give Aditya anything more than is necessary, with only 1 known interruption, maybe more in hand via hand traps, maybe 1 imperm set or something like that, but we'll see what Aditya can do through the minimal field that Marshall's put up. So we're going to start off with the Divine Temple. Temple is going to place, let's see, Temple's going to place the Snake Eyes Diabellestar, okay? And then we're going to flip the different dimension ground. So that might buy Marshall the whole turn. That might buy Marshall the turn, but let's see what kind of push Aditya can do into just the Phantom of Yubel. We're going to normal summon out the Poplar effect here, which is going to search the original. Okay, and you got a question like, do you want to link off that Poplar, or do you want to just leave it on the field? Because if you link it off, it's going to get banished. So let's see what Aditya is trying to do. He just passes turn, says, you know what, show me what you got. Maybe Aditya's got more hand traps here, but Marshall's going to normal summon the Dark Beckoning Beast, which is a fantastic starter. Beckoning Beast to grab the opening of the Spirit Gates, which we're going to activate, try to search out the Chaos Summoning Beast here, and that's going to give us at least 2 link materials. And remember that Phantom of Yubel is still on board, still looking good. Oh, and we have a Phantasme dropped, which we find worth negating with the Phantom of Yubel. So, and I think that's fair. That's fair. Like, keep Aditya on as few cards as possible. Now there's only like 2 cards left in hand that could be hand traps, and we're just going to get out a little bit of extension with the Phantom of Yubel effect. We're going to Talents, and Aditya decides to scoop it up. So Marshall, even though he doesn't even put, more than one interruption, more than one active interruption, just that different dimension ground buys him game number 2, and we're going to move on to a game number 3, where Aditya is going to go first on the Fiendsmith Snake Eye deck, and it is very hard to win going second into Fiendsmith Snake. So let's see if Marshall is the one that can pull it off on the Yubel strategy. Anything dropped on Marshall's side? Nope. We're going to start off with a Wanted for Aditya here, searching out a copy of the Snake Eyes Diabellestar, which means we already have Witch in hand. And I bet we're going to see Witch pitch the Snake Eyes Diabellestar. There it is. Witch is going to be able to search out our copy of Original, unless we have already drawn that too. Nope, there's the Original. Set to the field. Okay, and now we're going to pitch Engraver here. Engraver is going to search out our Tractus. Our Tractus is going to search out our Lurie, I assume. There's the Lurie. Discard the Lurie. Lurie effect to summon itself back out. Link off for a Requiem. Requiem effect to summon out another Engraver. Now Marshall's not touching his hand. He knows what hand traps he has, if any. So let's see where he decides to pick up the hand and try to perform some kind of interruption. We're going to equip the Requiem and then send it off with Original. Man, that interaction is so nuts. It's so nuts. Just free fodder for all the Snake Eyes cards. Like, that's why Fiendsmith plus Snake Eye is just another level. We're going to summon out the Ash Search, Poplar effect. And then we have the Temple. Okay, and then we're going to link into the sequence. Let's see how many we shuffle back for the sequence right now. Okay, there's the imperm on the sequence. That's worth imperming, because if Aditya just goes for the Desiree, then imperm is not going to be much use going forward. So at least we're keeping him off the Desiree there. Trading like one hand trap for at least one potential interruption on the end board. There's the Divine Temple. Divine Temple is going to place... let's see. Aditya thinking what he wants to place with the Temple. Looking through his graveyard. There we go. Places the Snake Eyes Poplar. Okay, where do we go from here? Ash send Poplar. Probably summon out Oak. Nope, we're just going straight for Flambridge. That plays better through Nibiru if Marshall is sitting on one. Poplar effect, place the Snake Eyes Diabellestar. Snake Eyes Diabellestar, are we summoning that out? It looks like it. Yep, we're going to place the Poplar once again. Summon out the Snake Eyes Diabellestar. Now we're sitting on a lot of cards on field. Going to link two into the Moon in the Closed Heaven. But we've already gone through our Requiem, so let's see what he wants to do. We're going to summon back out the Engraver. We're going to banish the Tractus to fuse for 3 for the Desiree. Using all 3 materials from the field. That is an expensive Desiree, but it's a good card. So let's see what Oh, he has the Oak in hand to normal summon. Normal summon Oak, summon back out the Ash. Now we're gonna link to maybe link 3. Are we gonna go straight for a princess here? No, we're just gonna link 2 with the Ash and the Flamberge, it looks like, for the IP. And now we're gonna link 3 into the princess. Princess bring back Flamberge. Flamberge place the IP. Is probably coming. Yep, we're gonna Desiree negate the princess. We're gonna Flamberge place the IP. And let's see, do we link off into the Apollo? Yep, we do. Okay, summons back out Oak and Ash. Pretty good. We go for the Silohati. The Silohati Magician to set the Azaroon. We have a lot of interruptions on Aditya's board right now. Right now we have Appaloosa for 2, we have the Azaroon to negate, a Silohati, a Spell Trap pop, a Desiree negate for 2, the Temple for IP into SP, Princess Engrave if we summon out a fire at some point. So there's a lot of stuff coming that Marshall has to play through. We're going to start with special Pankratops. Pankratops is very good into that board and punishes Aditya a bit for not just instantly chaining instantly summoning out that Azaroon, which could have stopped the Pankratops summon. But yeah, now we have Pank to threaten a lot of stuff on the board. Basically, all of Aditya's interruptions are threatened right now. And if he tries to go battle phase, we can attack into the Appaloosa, use Pankratops effect to pop the IP or pop the sequence, which will turn off the Desiree. So we have a lot of options. Okay, it looks like we attack over the Appaloosa, which Aditya is fine taking because it means he will live to the next turn if that's all Marshall has to attack with right now. So, yep, we attack over the Appo, and let's see if we use Pankratops effect to out another one. Yep, we're going to out the Azaroon, and Aditya is going to try chaining Azaroon to summon, but it's still going to get destroyed here. Still going to get destroyed. So basically we've turned off Appo, turned off Azaroon, turned off Silohati from the Spell Trap Hop. So all we have left on Aditya's side is the Desiree and the IP, which is a lot, but it's like we're down to 2 interruptions instead of 5 that we had earlier. Okay, there's the Lurie. We're going to IP now into the SP. SP banish the Lurie. That's pretty strong. We're going to chain Droplet. And you have to send a monster to stop Desiree from responding. So we chain Droplet, send Samsara D Lotus to negate the SP and the Desiree. We go ahead and link into Requiem. Requiem summons out Engraver. Is Marshall going to pull this off? Necroquip. Summon out sequence into the Aerial Eater. No, we have Veiler. Oh, sequence into Aerial Eater would have dumped Gruesome Grave, which would have summoned back Samsara D Lotus, and that would have been full Yubel combo. But the Veiler to stop the sequence is going to seal the deal for Aditya, who is going to punch his ticket to the finals. It's just a matter of time. Marshall's on 0 cards. He just has to summon out enough damage and attack for game. Marshall not going to scoop it up because what's the point? You might as well make Aditya actually summon out everything properly. But there's the Fiendsmith summon. Now let's see if we equip a Requiem. If there's even a Requiem in the grave. Let's see. We can't link into Requiem. There's no zones to point to, so we would have to get rid of that SP. Let's see what's going on here. Aditya trying to put game on board. Marshall still at 8,000 life, so if there's a way to live through, yep, Aditya can't put on the damage, so he just has to attack with the SP, attack with the Desiree, and gonna attack with the Engraver. That should put Marshall down to about 3,000 life points. Let's see what the actual totals are, but Marshall draws for turn. Let's see if there's anything he can do. He at least has Engraver in grave to summon back, which we're going to start with now. Engraver attack over the SP. Yep, because if you try to equip it, SP will just banish it. So that's not ideal. Let's see what we have. Maybe Engraver equips Sequence, or do we shuffle back to Sequence? There's the Requiem for another Engraver, which goes through. Aditya doesn't have something to stop that, like an Ash Blossom. We're going to summon out that Engraver, and then I assume we're going to see a Requiem equipped here, and now Engraver try to send off something like Aditya's Engraver, maybe. There we go. Just trade 1 for 1. There's Spirit of Yubel, shuffling itself back with the Lotus to summon out a Phantom of Yubel here. So this is like not a quick and easy finish for Aditya. It's going to be tough to get over that Phantom, which cannot be, you know, you don't take battle damage. So let's see. All he has to kind of do is like summon Flamberge to push it to the spell trap zone, or maybe, I mean, SP is used already. Oh, there we go. The Desiree is just going to negate the Phantom. Phantom is going to chain. We're going to destroy the Spirit of Yubel, and apparently not summon out the regular Yubel. There we go. Aditya seals it off, wins the top 4 match. Aditya punching his ticket to the finals. Now, unfortunately, because of the stream timing, it did not save the final match of the tournament, where Aditya played against Michael in the Fiendsmith Snake Eye Mirror match. So there will not be a VOD for, or there will not be a video for the finals, unfortunately, unless that match becomes available somewhere else and I can do commentary over it there. But thank you guys for watching through the entire tournament with me up to this point. If you don't know who wins, I'm about to spoil it, but Aditya does win the NAWCQ with, I believe, a 2-0 against Michael. Aditya was able to hand trap the crap out of Michael. Basically drew like 3 or 4 hand traps both game 1 and game 2, and Aditya was able to take those matches. I watched it live, so I know what happens. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Sub to the channel if you want some more Yu-Gi-Oh content. We'll catch you guys next time. We'll see you soon.